Hi everyone, by now the most of you know about the new update Obsidian has released for Grounded. In this video I'm showing all of the major changes they've made into the game. You might be less interested in parts of this video, that's why they're so-called chapters in the timeline. I'm going to keep this short because you're gonna listen to a whole lot more of my beautiful voice in this video. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. The first thing that I noticed and also read in the updated notes was the rework of the southeast part of the map. There's a lot more water and it gives me the resemblance of a swamp area. As you can see, there are decaying and half-eaten leaves all around this part, and there's also leaf particles in the water. I've noticed that you can't see the leaf particles when you're above the water level. I'm not really sure why, but I guess it's because to uphold the performance of the game. Adding this to the game gives me more of a feel that there's life in the backyard, and these leaves are a proof of that. After some exploring, I found a new entrance to the cave where you can find the 4-leaf clover. It's still close by to the flooded area, and if you look closely you can see the action figure from here. To make it easy on you, I'll also show it on the map. After you jump down from this leaf, you will see the entrance to the cave. Keep in mind that this part is underwater and quite dark. So the new smoothie for a higher amount of oxygen and a torch are recommended. Follow the cave and you'll reach the clover. When you reach the water surface, you'll discover a landmark in one of the new mutations. That's an added feature into the game. There's not much you can do here. I've tried to cut down the clover, but I couldn't hit it. This was a creative server, but I'm quite sure this isn't meant to cut down. On your way to the surface, you'll find the scab scheme. It lights up green, so it's hard to miss. If you're not familiar with the scab scheme, with one of these you can edit the interface of your scab, which is located in the bottom left of your screen. I wish I could give you more information about the mutations that have been added, but I haven't figured it out myself yet. As you can see, I've unlocked 2 at the moment, one for discovering the 4-leaf clover and the other one because I discovered a landmark. As far as I know, you get some kind of advantage in the game when you equip 3 mutations, but if you know what they actually do, please leave a comment on this video. You're now also able to buy additional perks. One of them is the meat shield, which increases your max health. The other one is the buff lungs perk. This perk will increase your max stamina. Each of these perks cost you 7000 raw science, so keep in mind that you might have to grind for these. There's also some new changes in several user interfaces. They reworked the icons and the colors for both the custom markers and the chests. Obsidian stated that players need to change some of their custom markers in their current saves. In my own survival save, I've noticed that only 1 or 2 were changed because of the update, so it's not that bad. Besides the icons, they also reworked the images used for the insect parts. I have to say, almost all of them look really high quality and gives you a better understanding which part is which. One of the biggest changes for me is that you can retrieve and place a complete stack from and to your backpack. This is something that got me really frustrated so many times because you needed to drag and drop every single stack between your backpack and chest. When you discovered an item that you can analyze, there was a little red dot next to that specific item. What I've noticed with the new update is that they added a little exclamation mark in the red dot. There's also some sound effects added when you find raw science and discover a landmark. So the sound for the landmark might not be new, but I haven't heard this before. I secretly hope that there would be more wildlife added to the game with the latest update. Many YouTubers, including myself, made videos about new wildlife in the pond, so I may have created misplaced expectations. But I can't say I'm disappointed with the reveal of the crow and the water flea. I'm not quite sure how to get the crow's feathers just yet. I've come across it multiple times, but I haven't found a single feather. I see the bird cleaning his feathers a lot, so I would expect that they would fall down once in a while. But when I stood under him, nothing dropped, neither when the bird flew away. If you know how to get feathers of the crow, please let me know in the comments. I've tried to kill the water flea with my mint mallet, but on the water you can't use a weapon. I've been reading that players used a spear, but I'm not sure if they were on land. In my case I used the tier 2 bow with normal arrows. It took me around 3 hits to get him down. The water flea part can be eaten, but it doesn't give you a lot of hydration or food. It's better to use the part in one of the new smoothies, which gives you a bigger lung capacity for a period of time. In order to spice up the fights between spiders, they've added new attacks instead of the standard one where they will only bite you. To put this to the test, I've been looking for fights with both the Wool Spider and the Orb Weaver, but I can't see a big difference yet. Just as before, the Wool Spider would jump at me to deal damage. When you get bitten, it still does a great amount of damage and you'll get poisoned. The Orb Weaver follows you for a long period of time, but also here, he only uses his standard attack of launching at me. Maybe the changes in attacks are small and hard to spot, but as I can see it for now, the attacking behavior of the spiders is the same. The Mint Mallet has slightly reduced damage from now on. This change has been made to close the damage gap between the different weapon tiers. Before the update it took 3 hits with the Mint Mallet to stun a spider, now it takes 5 hits. There's also a cooldown with tier 2 insects before you can stun them again. I have seen players ask for a change in the alert when an insect is attacking you. As of now, you will only get the alert in the bottom left of your screen, but the sound is left out. This is probably the part of the update that players were most excited about. Changes in the build system and new craftable items for the interior. We start with the new triangle wall. The triangle wall itself was already craftable since the start of the game, but now they also added a triangle wall that is upside down. Before this update I had a couple of situations where I was struggling with the roof, but now Obsidian added a square corner roof. I've noticed that it's harder to use with a larger base design, but as in this example, with the 2x2 design, it looks really good. One of the most requested items for the interior is an actual bed. The lean-to was fun to use when exploring, but the players didn't really like it to use it in their base. The bed makes use of the new crow feathers combined with wheat stamps, acorn shell and woven fiber. As you know, it takes 3 wheat stamps to create a wall. For the bed you need 4 wheat stamps. It doesn't make sense if you look at the amount of stamps used in the visual of the bed. The head and footboard of the bed are made of acorn shell, so you only use the wheat stamps for the bottom part. If you look on the sides of the bed, you can see the use of sap to hold pieces together. This isn't the material used to craft it. I think it will do good if Obsidian makes some changes with the materials to keep the crafting of the bed accurate to the appearance. You might have done it as well. In order to create some kind of fence, you would lower down a wall, so it would give you the resemblance of a fence. With the update, you can craft 2 different fences now. The sprig fence is made of 3 sprigs and 2 woven fiber. The acorn fence is slightly more expensive and takes 2 acorn shells, 1 acorn top and 4 thistle needles. You don't get stuck when you walk next to it and you can jump over it without any issues. I wanted to make sure that there was no invisible barrier that would withhold you of jumping over the fence. If you like displaying your fallen enemy's head on the wall, you're also gonna like this new item. If you have an ant head, a sprig and a woven fiber, you can craft a new ant head totem. You don't have to use the lure as a table anymore. You can now craft 2 different kinds of tables. The first table has a rectangular shape, which you can craft with 3 grass planks, 1 acorn shell, 4 ant parts and 3 woven fiber. The second table has a circular shape that you can craft with 3 clover leaves, 2 sap, 3 ant parts and a sprig. While I was recording this, Obsidian didn't release their latest roadmap. But while editing, they did release one, and now we can confirm that a zipline will be implemented in the game. I still don't think that this should be visible in the game at all, since it will take a couple of months before this finished product will be released. Because it's a work in progress, there's a high chance that the visual of the item isn't final. Besides that, it's not working proper anyway. There's also a couple of new weapons and an armor piece that you can craft. Well, you can't craft the spear in survival just yet. This is a fast jabbing spear which you can also throw, just like the basic one. The reason why you can't craft this in survival is because it's crafted with parts of a bee. This recording is made in a creative game, so you don't have to collect the resources. To make the spear you'll need 5 bee fuzz, 4 spiderweb and a bee stinger. The second item that makes use of the crow feathers is the marksman cap. Wearing this cap provides you with additional bow damage. To craft this item you would need 3 crow feathers, 5 berry leather and 5 spiderweb. The appearance of the cap also reminds me of a crow. It's good to see that they put a lot of thought and care into the development of every craftable item. We're almost at the end of this video, so we're going out with a bang. And with a bang I mean with a bang. In my video about the new content I had the opportunity to see the sticky bomb already, but now it's actually here. The use of this bomb is straightforward. You equip it and throw it. The fuse will get lit automatically and the bomb will blow up after a couple of seconds. To create the sticky bomb you will need a regular bomb and some spiderweb. I've noticed that the bomb will stick on insects, humans and dummies. Occasionally it sticks on other surfaces, but most of the times it will bounce off and fall on the floor. The last item for today is a tripwire bomb. To create the tripwire you'll need 2 end parts and a spiderweb. After you place it down you can place a bomb on either side of the tripwire. You don't have to equip the bombs first and you don't have to walk on either side. On console you press X twice near the tripwire and they will be placed for you. It makes sense that the tripwire also get destroyed after the explosion, but they're quite cheap to craft again. Keep in mind that you can activate the wire yourself as well, so be sure to remember where you place them.